Welcome to the Property Mindset Podcast. I'm Emma Howitt, mentor, investor, and your guide to building wealth, freedom, personal transformation through property. Property isn't just about bricks and mortar. It's about building a life that you truly desire. In this space, we don't just talk about strategy, we deep dive into mindset. Something I found is generally missing in other industries, but has been an absolute game changer in the professional property circles. So today, we are talking about something that we all face: the fear of taking risks and how we respond when things don't go as planned. So it's really talking about stepping outside of your comfort zone and building the resilience to rise when you fall. So let's turn dreams into actions and actions into success. This is a huge one, isn't it? Risk and resilience. I mean, they're literally at the heart of every property success story. And definitely taking calculated risks is what can move you forward. And I see resilience as what keeps you going when things get tough. It's almost like that duck in water and the water kind of runs off them. That is the kind of resilience. So let's take a look at the role of risk in success. Now, I want to be really clear here, because property, we're talking about a lot of money, and there is a massive difference between reckless risk and calculated risk. I mean, reckless risk is emotional, it's blind. That is not at all, please, what I'm talking about here. And I do know people that have just, gone on a course, not really taken it seriously, looked round a property and then just offered 25% below market value, not understanding whether the property worked. And actually, 25% below market value is not always the answer, and it doesn't necessarily work. So calculated risk is thoughtful, strategic, and informed. So if you stay in your comfort zone, you're just going to be staying in the same place. But to grow, you've just got to step a little bit outside of it. Is that easy? Of course, the small steps required to get there, they're not challenging. You're not having to climb a mountain. But equally, it's really understanding, what do you need to do to jump outside of that comfort zone? What is holding you back? Because we know that the growth is outside that comfort zone. We definitely know that starting a business in your back room is a risk that's perhaps outside your comfort zone. So starting your new property business, is that a risk? Changing your strategy, going to a bigger building, seeing something in a property that perhaps others haven't seen. These are the things that can really make a difference and help you grow the trajectory of your property investing. So really think through, is there something in my property journey or in life, that one risk that absolutely changed the trajectory of where I was able to go? So let's now talk about resilience. And I love Nelson Mandela, his quotes: "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." I love that. I'm going to read it again. "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." So failure, we mustn't see failure as the opposite of success. It's just part of success. We've just got to know that things will go wrong. I mean, I've had so many deals where I thought they're going to happen, and then they fall through for whatever reason. Agents let you down, builders let you down, JV partners let you down. You make decisions where in hindsight, you think, I'm not sure that was quite what I wanted to do. But each time We have to learn. And each time we have to bounce back. And that is what resilience is all about. So, have you faced a challenge in your property journey that's really tested your mindset? And it might be just as simple as going to a networking event. It doesn't have to be involving millions of pounds. It can be literally very simple things that can really affect your mindset. And please know that you are not alone. Pretty much it will be unlikely that any feelings that you are having, somebody else has not felt them before. But you're still here, okay? And that is where your power is. So there are so many examples in the world, you know, Starbucks, you know, this tiny coffee shop that had a vision to become a global brand. So Howard Schultz said, risk more than others think is safe. Dream more than others think is practical. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, what is your property vision? Where do you think? What do others do? What do others not do? How could this work for you? Another lady, Sarah Blakely, Spanx. She literally spent all her savings, massive rejection, and built a massive, massive business. Embrace what you don't know. It can become your greatest asset, Sarah Blakely. You don't know what you don't know most of the time. That's why, for me, I'm a big fan of mentorship, because I don't want to make those big mistakes. I want to learn from others. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. A lot of people wait to become perfect. You've got to act in spite of not knowing everything so that you can. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. That's huge to me. Gives me tingles thinking about that. So how can we apply this? So taking calculated risks. Are we trying a new strategy? Are you pitching for a JV partner? Are you offering below market price? Are you stepping outside of your comfort zone? Are you going to that networking event? Are you picking up the phone? Are you doing that thing that you've put off day after day? And are you bouncing back from setbacks? Every failed deal, there's a lesson in disguise. We just don't see it yet. So what is holding you back from taking that next bold step? What actions can you take? I know that there's something that you have been avoiding, something that you have been thinking, I'm not going to risk that. Look at it. Is there another way that you can do it? Is another way that you can look at it? Can you think differently, feel differently, do it differently? What has gone wrong? What do you term as a failure? Look at it as a learning. It's just a setback. Write down what you actually learned from it. What has it taught you? It may have taught you not to do that again, and that is fine. What can you take from it? And really commit to taking a bold action. Take that calculated risk that takes you closer to your massive peak goal. Remember that fear doesn't mean you should stop. It means you just need to stretch yourself. And we know that success just doesn't start with comfort. It starts with courage, with taking risks, and the willingness to rise when you fall. Do remember, property isn't just about what you do. It's about how you think. And when you combine a strong strategy with an unstoppable mindset, there's no limit to what you can achieve. So do reflect on today's episode. Think about what risk can you take? How can you be more resilient? What's that one thing you're going to take away and go and do it to move you closer to your property goals? And of course, if you know anyone not getting the results that they want, please do share this episode. It could be the game changer that they really need. And remember, the more people that we help, then the greater our own wealth is in every sense of the word. Growing this community means growing the potential we all have to succeed together. Your mindset is your greatest property. Keep building it.